What's up, everybody? Matt Nuzzo here at Rail to talk to you about the new Armstrong aluminum foil. So what in the world is Armstrong doing building alloy foils? Well, they wanted to make an affordable aluminum foil rig to go with their new beginner step 1 foil. We've got a separate video on how awesome this foil is for learning. We followed some coaches and talked about how amazing that is, so check out that video. They made this alloy rig so that you can get on into the sport easily and affordably and have a really high quality product. Also, a lot of people having ridden this, I rode this all week, this is a great foil by any standard. When it's compared to their, I went back to back, fully same exact rig, back to back to an 865 performance mast, 60 carbon fuse, it's not as good as that, right? Like that's definitely top tier, super smooth, fast, fluid, has kind of all things you want. But this is going to be a way more affordable price and a really, really high quality ride that's probably suited for most riders out there. When you can buy this aluminum setup in 2 different types of settings. You can buy the complete rig, which comes with 72 masts, 75 fuse, and then it comes any size of the step 1 foils with that. Or you can then do a DIY kit and get, like this rig here is a 65 fuse, the 85 vertical, and then I've got my own pretty trash 180 tail. And then I was riding some of the HAs, so you can kind of mix and match all the parts to make a complete kit if you want to go that route. So what Armstrong did when they're making this is they addressed a lot of the issues that are happening with aluminum. Strength, durability, corrosion, and in typical Armstrong form, they way over-engineered everything. Like they used the same designers that did the vertical for the performance mast, did the vertical shape for this, and it's like a really, really high quality ride, super smooth. It's not as thin as the performance mast. It's not tapered like the performance mast, but this thing rides really well and is super stiff. Top plate, everything, all the accessories, they're not going to seize together based on some of the things they're doing with the different types of hardware. They can make their own hardware, so they've got really high-end titanium hardware, really high-end stainless. You can see here, like on the fuse, they put in titanium inserts in the fuse, so it didn't cheap out, put in a really high-quality titanium insert. They do have like this metal bottom bracket, which is like the highest grade aluminum that you can use. Very tapered and smooth tail wing entry here. You can put the plastic shims on there if you want to advance. So you do have a lot of really impressive design. The complete kits and all the parts do come with covers. The mast will come with covers. When you buy a complete kit, you're getting the hardware, you're getting the kit bag. So you're getting like a lot of value for what you're getting when you're getting the aluminum foil. Plus you're getting a great ride, which is crazy impressive. One of the things I do want to note is that changing the top plate, I've changed this back from the 72 to the 85 a few times this week. It's definitely kind of a pain. If you are getting a mast, I would just get an extra top plate because there are 3 screws here, side screw. You want to make sure that thing's really stiff, and this is really solid on there. So just get like the top plate if you are getting a replacement, a second mast. They will have a 58 mast too for learning, which is a great add-on. That's kind of the size we're teaching on and finding really good success in. And then you can get the 72 or 85 depending on what type of things you're doing there. So very impressed with this aluminum foil. We've been riding it a ton. It's a great way for people to get into the sport. Great way for people to get in the Armstrong foil and then build off their range. So I see a lot of people starting with the step 1 foils, that step 1 kit, and then going into the specifics of whichever sport they are. They might never grow out of the step 1 because, hey, it's just such a fun, user-friendly foil, and that's what foiling is for a lot of people. But if you want to start really ripping and, pumping around more like on a pump foil or, ripping on the HA winging or doing whatever sport you're doing, you can add any of the foils in the Armstrong family onto this aluminum rig. So if you want more info, reach out online, realwatersports.com, or give us a call at the shop, 252-987-6000, and we'll see you guys on the water for the next session.